All right, now the third precondition is wudu. You have to have wudu. Now, as I said earlier, this set of videos is for a brand new Muslim. So we're only going to talk about the 7 obligations of the prayer. The first obligation is intention. So let's say you were to fall into a pool of water. That's not enough, according to the vast majority of Islamic scholars. What you need to have is you need to make the intention that you're purifying yourself for the prayer. Okay? So the first obligation is intention. The second is the face. The third is wiping the hair. The fourth is the arms. Okay? The fifth is the feet. The sixth is continuity, so that you should, if you stop to the point that you're fully dry, then you've stopped too long, you have to redo it. And then the seventh is rubbing. Now you only have to rub 3 things: the face, the arms, and the feet. All right? Now, that's the theory of it. Now, what does wudu actually look like? In the past, one of our teachers was recorded making wudu, and he did it very slow and meticulous to show us. We're only going to look at the obligations. So we're going to look at how he washes his face, okay, and gets through the face is basically the hairline down to the temples, the jawline, okay, over the beard, not in the beard, over the beard. And then you need to get the area in your eyes, not inside the eyes, but that are near the eyes, the crevice there, and under the nose. So let's watch how Sheikh Khatri of West Africa makes his wudu. All right, now most of us are going to be making wudu from a sink. He's clearly making wudu from outdoors. And you notice he gets the area in the eyes, the crevice there, and under the nose, and all around from the hairline, down the jaw, and over the beard, if you have a beard. You do not have to go inside the beard. So he's basically making sure not to leave off a single centimeter, a single millimeter of his face. He's making sure to get everything. And he's repeating it over and over so that you can see it, but that's basically how he does it. Now, in terms of washing, you notice washing is that there's pouring water as well as wiping. So it has 2 things. You pour the water as well as wiping. Now you can splash it as long as water is moving. So the idea is you're not just wiping. The water needs to move on your face, and then you wipe on top of that. So that's the first thing. Now let's watch him do the arms. Watch as he does the arms all the way to the elbow, and make sure to get between the fingers and every inch of the arm, the fingers, everything. He's being very meticulous to teach us and show us here, but you're going to get everything. You notice this religion is really obsessed with cleanliness. If you could say that. It's obsessed with 2 things: reading and cleanliness. So we should be educated and clean. If you're a Muslim, you're educated and clean. The idea of someone being unclean, how could your hands be unclean when you're doing this, 2-3 times a day? Now we pray 5 times a day, but if you don't lose your wudu by passing gas or going to the bathroom or heavy sleep, okay, then you don't need to make wudu again. And we'll talk about the things that break wudu in a second. All right, you notice you don't have to go in between the toes. That's a sunnah or something which is extra to be done. There are obligations and there are sunan. So you don't have to go between the toes, but you do have to make sure you get the heels and the ankles. All right, so those 2 bones, you have to get them, and you have to get the heels. It's very important to get the heels so that if you notice, he's going like up to here on the foot. He's going up to there. He's not even going just to the bone. He's going a little bit over the bone, as you'll see. And he has this neat technique of slowly dripping the water and then letting it all go. So water has to run on the foot as well. Okay, so he's being very meticulous to make sure every single inch of the foot is covered in wudu. All right, so that's all we need to see in terms of the live demonstration or the video demonstration. Now, the 6th and 7th obligations of wudu are that a person has to make sure that they do the wudu all at once, continuity. Arabic tawali, which is that if you get dry in the middle, then you haven't fully made you have to start over. If you're fully dry, then you have to start over. Okay? And the 7th obligation is the rubbing. As you saw the Sheikh rubbing, right, very meticulously. All right, so we also have to rub when we do the face, arms, and feet. Now, once you make wudu, you are quote unquote upon wudu, okay, until you're upon tahara or purification, until you do one of the following things. Anything that comes out of the front of the back. Okay? Anything that comes out of the front of the back, urine, gas, whatever comes, anything that comes out of those two organs, you have lost your wudu. Okay? You have to do your wudu again before you pray. Not at the moment, but before you pray. Or heavy sleep, to the point that if you were to drop a pen, you wouldn't realize it. Like heavy sleep, you lost your wudu. Or touching for pleasure. If you're touching your spouse, for example, and there is pleasure derived, or you intended to derive pleasure, then at that point, that also causes a person to lose their wudu. Or you have doubt. Any doubt, whether I forgot if I made wudu or lost wudu, you need to redo your wudu. So these are the basic things that cause a person, these are the fundamentals of what causes a person to lose their wudu. If these things happen, you have to make wudu again. Remember, if impurity like blood or defecation gets on you, you don't have to make wudu. There's a common misconception. All you have to do is wash it away with water.